our party together. We have to bring it together. We have something happening that actually makes the Republican Party probably the biggest political story anywhere in the world.
Donald Trump, almost a month ago after winning the key states of Florida and Illinois. Now, it was winner take all in Florida, but Illinois is a bit of a different story. And when you turn to the land of Lincoln, it is worth noting that Ted Cruz is executing a strong ground game, rounding up delegates. We saw it over the weekend in Colorado, where there was no primary nor a caucus. And Senator Cruz is making a play for some of the at-large delegates in Illinois that have yet to be pledged. Now, ahead of that state's Republican convention in May, Chicago's Cook County will caucus, following a model not totally dissimilar to Colorado. In play in Illinois, 12 at-large delegates and 12 at-large alternate delegates. And some fear this caucus could mean bad news for Trump. Let's bring in two gents who know Cook County politics quite well. First, via Skype from Newsmax, Washington, my old congressional colleague who represented Chicago as a Republican in the U.S. Congress, Michael Patrick Flanagan. Mike's now the president of Flanagan Consulting. And Skyping in from the city of Big Shoulders, Chicago, Newsmax insider and media strategist William J. Kelly. He was a candidate for mayor of Chicago on the Republican side back in 2014. So, William J., what is set to happen in Cook County that concerns you like just what went down in Colorado?
Well, I'm afraid that Cook County is about to be known as Crook County throughout the entire country, because despite the fact that Chicago Democrats have been the gold standard of corruption and voter fraud, the Republican Party in Illinois is, well, what they're doing to the voters in Illinois right now is actually worse than what the Democrats have done for decades. We have a Cook County convention tomorrow. It's a closed convention, just like the one in Colorado. Unfortunately, our Republican governor, Bruce Rauner, who, by the way, endorsed Rahm Emanuel when I ran for mayor in the recent mayoral election here in the city of Chicago, just to let you know where this guy's coming from, is planning on putting together an alternate slate of delegates that will support Kasich, not Trump, despite the fact that Trump carried the state of Illinois in our recent primary here in March. So it's the establishment versus the people once again, and we desperately need the real people of the state of Illinois to contact their local Republican leaders, ask to be a delegate at the upcoming state convention, where if they stand up and have their voices heard, hopefully we will have a nominee that we can all support and save our country. 2016 is our best and possibly last chance.
Duly noted, William. Let me turn to Michael Patrick Flanagan. Mike, do you agree with what we're hearing from William J. here?
Well, it's a little on fire, but there are 12 at-large delegates against the 60-some delegates that were voted. So we're talking about the allocation of 12 delegates at the May convention, the May Republican convention in Illinois. Tomorrow, 102 counties, including Cook County, will have a county convention and slate who they'd like to see. This has always been an exercise of the party, and I'm no fan of the party. In fact, in 1994, after I won my primary, the Cook County Republican Party bought me lunch and asked me to step down so they could put in somebody they thought could win. So I'm no huge fan of the Republican Party in Cook County, but this is a party exercise that goes on every 4 years. There's nothing weird, nasty, or sinister about this, but for the fact that the party stalwarts want nothing to do with Trump and will do what they can to make sure Trump does not receive any of those 12. So Bill is right. Trump supporters should pick up the phone and offer to be delegates, but I don't think that they're going to get shut out the way they were in Colorado and sent home begging. If they show up and if they do what they're supposed to do, I think they'll be well represented, but they got to show up.
You know, it's interesting here, both of you guys talk. Michael Patrick Flanagan, going back to 94, when the Cook County Party actually asked you to take a powder, and there you made history beating Dan Rostenkowski. And William J. Kelly, you chronicling the fact that the new Republican governor backed Rahm Emanuel. I mean, does this just heap to you, William J. Kelly, does this just heap dysfunction on what is already a dysfunctional political process in Cook County?
100% yes. And I truly appreciate what Donald Trump has already accomplished, which is exposing the idiots, the cowards, and the traitors that are in the Republican establishment, and unfortunately, many of them that are in the conservative establishment. When I hear Republican establishment elitists talking about rules, what they really mean are their rules to protect the insiders. And amazingly enough, in the state of Illinois, Rahm Emanuel is considered one of the protected insiders. Okay, there's no doubt about it. This is a corrupt system that has to be overthrown. I'm calling on every real American within the sound of my voice.
Well, I tell you what, let's call on the guts up American and a Cook County Republican, Michael Patrick Flanagan. Final 30 seconds belong to you, Mike.
I'll tell you, this election, I think, is going to be a realignment election, and a lot of people are going to just realize that this is a have and a have-not election. And I think the term Republican and Democrat is going to mean less over time, and it's beginning now. And I think that a lot of the elitists or the people who run the party are going to be the party of the haves and the rule makers, and a lot of folks who have found no home with the Democrats over the last few years are going to come over. And the words Democrat and Republican themselves may entirely go away because we got a realignment coming.
We'll have to see what happens. Michael Patrick Flanagan in Washington, William J. Kelly in Chicago. Gents, we thank you for your time. What do you think about what they had to say? I'd love to hear from you. Send me your comments, newsmaxtv.com/comments, or via Twitter at Newsmax Prime. Fred Flights when we come back.